Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy KJ here, and I'm back with another shotgun. And I know shotguns are sort of controversial, but we're all trying to get atomic, or at least some of us are, so you need to know what the loadout is as you're trying to grind for atomic. Or if you do like playing with shotguns, well, this video is for you. They work in small maps, and when you're going into a small map, you should expect shotguns to be there. So if you don't like them, well, try not to give me a thumbs down, because you know what? The content for shotguns is really for people who do like them or are grinding for atomic, which is what I'm also doing. So with that said, I've got the Gracey Auto for you, and it's another really strong, probably OP shotgun, but I got a build for you that's a little different than some of the builds you've seen online because I've made some changes and improvements to it, and I've got some gameplay for you, and I got it right now. So in the November 18th patch notes, the Vanguard changes went in, and they made some changes to weapon tuning, but most important, they said a balanced pass on shotguns affecting range, pellet spread, hipfire penalty, and more. Now, a lot of the guns had crazy range, like the combat. You could shoot the damn thing across the map almost, so it's not quite that bad. And the Gracey Auto, you know, it does have a bit of a hipfire penalty, so you got to be a bit more accurate. But let's be honest, if you're running and gunning and doing that fight real close, these things still work really well. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about by really well. And this is the really well I'm talking about. Check this out. You can just run in, and I'm hip firing this all the time. I rarely ADS, and look at that point blank shot right there. A guy runs in and just takes one straight in the face. Again, right there like that. So when you're really up close, that's what a shotgun's for, is those up close engagements. Now these guns definitely work at range, and I still prove that, and I'll show you in a couple of clips here. But I mean, definitely when you're, you know, in those close range engagements, guys are running around, once you get the gun leveled up high enough, that was across the room, they still work pretty dang good. And you can get a lot of shots off, killing a lot of guys. You can bust in a room and start firing, and this thing shoots crazy fast. That's one thing about it. So once you get the 10-round magazine unlocked, this thing's a monster. And look at it right there. I just sort of ADS'd in. It's got a really slow ADS, but when you're using that 2.5x scope, you can actually shoot this thing across a pretty long range. And it's surprising that, you know, with how prevalent shotguns were in some of those maps and that they wanted to make a change, that they still sort of have that level of range. And, you know, I was trying it out here a few times. There's one clip up here where, yeah, right there where I zoomed in again and tried it, you know, and it's amazing how well it works even at range. And look at these guys running, trying to get out of the way. Like, you can just run and come in and blast, and it's crazy how strong it is. So, I mean, I've had no problem with it on DOS House and on Shipment. Even some of the other maps, what's the one, the hotel, and it's like all inside, and it's got all the rooms inside the hotel and the away around the outside. Tell me what it is in the comments. But anyway, that one there, you can definitely run and gun inside of that with a shotgun. So lots of opportunity to level up shotguns really far and be able to use them. So, you know, this one here is definitely a fun one to use. I'm looking forward to trying some of the other ones. I always like playing shotguns in Warzone as well. I know, guys, a lot of guys don't like them, but I find them that they're fun to use. I don't think they're too OP compared to an SMG, because you got to be so close and they have so little ammo that you really can't, you know, do all that much. But this one's definitely pretty strong still, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna expect it to at least get one more nerf, because the way you can run around and just mop people up with this thing like that is still pretty crazy. So, you know, be expecting a little bit of a nerf on this still. So anyway, let's check out the build. So I also recently covered the combat shotgun. I'll link that video right here if you want to check that out. But we're here for the Gracey Auto, and it's a really fun gun to use, and I got a good build for you, which I'll show you. But just before I do that, I want to say thank you to everybody who's recently subbed to the channel and is here watching my videos. Plus all of you who have been around with the channel right from the very beginning. I really appreciate all that love and support, so thank you, guys. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, consider subscribing, because it really does help small content creators like myself. All right, let me show you my build. So my build really focuses around the Gung Ho perk, and it's a really powerful perk, and what it does is it allows you to fire while sprinting. So sprint to fire time is something that slows down the time between when you run and can shoot, and this basically gives you a perfect sprint to fire, or you can fire while sprinting, so you don't have to have that delay. And then the quick perk allows you to move a little faster. So what you don't need is any more attachments with sprint to fire improvement, which is what some of the other builds are doing. It's a waste. So what we're really going to be focusing on for this is recoil control and hip fire accuracy. So let me show you my attachments. So the muzzle is the G28 compensator, because it gives you recoil control. The barrel is the Chariot 33-inch Sport, again, highly accurate and controllable, damage range, which is helpful, and flinch resistance. And for the optic, I'm using the Slate 3.5 Custom, because it gives +2 on recoil control, but it also gives +2 on accuracy. Now that doesn't help this gun, but it does help some other guns that you ADS on, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So in the update from November 18th, they also reduced the effect of ADS spread or bloom. And that's where, your shots are going off where you're aiming when you're ADSing. And they put a dev note in here. Attachments improving accuracy will reduce ADS spread, and attachments with accuracy penalties will increase it. So on any SMG or AR, accuracy is going to be really important. But when you're hip firing, it doesn't matter. So for this gun, the +2 accuracy doesn't help, but it will help on your SMG and AR. So make sure you're stacking it there. Now the stock, I'm using the Chariot Sport because again, hip fire accuracy and movement speed. We already talked about Gung Ho and Quick, and the Pine Tar Grip. This is great for recoil control again and hip fire accuracy. In the magazine, I'm using the 12 gauge 10 round drum. It just gives you lots of bullets. I'm not worried about the fire rate because the fire rate in this thing is crazy fast. We don't ADS, and we have some other movement speed perks, and it gives you a little bit of reload quickness, which is nice. And for the ammo type, Buck and Slug works. Also works really well is the hollow point. So try both and see which one you like. And for the underbarrel, I'm using the Carver 4 grip because again, more recoil control and hipfire accuracy. And when you stack all that recoil control and hipfire accuracy, this thing here will work just like you saw in my videos. Alright guys, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now I know not everybody likes shotguns, but if you're grinding for atomic, you got to do them anyway. So that's really what this video is about, and I enjoy using shotguns. So if you like using shotguns, then that's cool. Anyways guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and as always, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out.